Hello and welcome back. In the previous episode, we learned something about Kabilar's parents. In this episode, we look at Queen Devaney's life before her marriage. It is unheard of for a Velir prince to crown himself a king, said General Harish-Ram. My king, all of Baratham knows that Prince Nigalan Aviyar is your declared vassal, and yet he had dared to give himself a crown. If the Cholan crown does not take decisive action, other princelings will also be emboldened, added Prime Minister Quwaenthi-Maan. The Cholan Paramarajah did act, and in this, he adhered to the ancient norms of Tamilakam, in first trying to avoid open conflict. For a start, he sent an ambassador to negotiate settlement. My king, Prince Nigalan refused to accept our forgiveness, in return for relinquishing his illegal crown, reported the ambassador. Aviyar has been receiving a stream of foreign visitors, disguised as sages, added the Prime Minister. We have reason to believe these are emissaries from other Velir principalities, lending him their support to test Cholan lordship. General, how goes your preparations? Asked the Paramarajah. My king, the royal cohorts are battle-ready. The border forts are on alert too. And as for the levies, they will reach their full strength in another fortnight, said General Harish-Ram. Good. Prime Minister, you will meet Prince Nigalan privately, and convey our displeasure, and ultimatum. If he refuses to adhere to our demands, there will be war. Unfortunately, Prince Nigalan of the Velir House of Aviyar refused to budge. Nigalan also rejected mediation efforts by wise sages. War became inevitable. The Cholan and Velir armies met at the Battle of Shiru-Kottai. It was a resounding defeat for Nigalan. The beaten Velir arrived at the Cholan capital, Uraiyur, and publicly knelt before the Paramarajah. Then, he surrendered his crown, and sought his sovereign's forgiveness. The Cholan monarch remained aloof. Prince Nigalan, be grateful to your sovereign, the incomparable and benevolent Cholan, who has allowed you to continue your duties as Kavalan of the Aviyar Principality, said Prime Minister Quwaenthi-Maan. That as it is, our harvest has been delayed, trade disrupted, and many lives shattered. Do you agree to pay reparations up to the value already presented? Nigalan, his head bent, nodded. The Cholan Prime Minister continued. Much blood has been spilt, Cholan blood, innocent blood. How do you wish to recompense the loss? Nigalan promised to support, for a period of 10 years, all the Cholan families that have lost their breadwinners. The payment will include millet for food, measures of cloth, and metalware and earthenware utensils. In addition, each family will also receive 10 heads of goats and 5 milch cows. Nigalan also agreed to compensate the Cholan treasury for monies expended. You understand these are not punitive demands, but only to replenish the money spent on the war, a war you brought down upon yourself, said Quwaenthi-Maan. Again, Nigalan was in no position to argue. He accepted the terms of surrender. All that was for public consumption, and to soothe the anger of the Cholan people. In private, the Cholan had one more demand. There remains one more debt, said Quwaenthi-Maan. The Cholan crown also demands the spilling of Velir blood from the house of Aviyar. Finally, Nigalan spoke up. I have already lost 2 of my sons in the war. Please, Kula Thumbi is my only remaining hope to carry my family line. I pray for mercy from my sovereign, the all-forgiving Paramarajah, of the illustrious Cholan dynasty. Blood can be spilled on the battlefield. But that is not what your sovereign desires. Blood can also be spilled on an executioner's stone. That is also not what your sovereign desires. Pray tell, how then should Aviyar blood spill? Do you wish to have my head crushed under the royal elephant's foot? I willingly submit, but please allow my poor family to live under your shade. Prince Nigalan, take care with your words. For even now, you think poorly of the Cholan throne, said the Prime Minister. Hear your sovereign's wish. Blood can also be spilled on the conjugal bed. The Velir's eyes widened, and he suppressed a fleeting smile. A marriage proposal from the Cholan throne was most welcome, and totally unexpected. He quickly said, O magnificent one, I have 2 lovely daughters, and they are yours to wife. Your sovereign seeks a marriage alliance, one that will bring you into the fold, and help bury all ill feelings hanging over our lands. For that purpose, 1 princess is enough. Do you not agree? Yes, most certainly I agree, and my house will remain forever loyal. Prince Nigalan, ruler of Aviyar, send us your daughter's horoscopes. The Velir ruler personally hand-delivered the horoscopes. As advised by his astrologers, the Paramarajah chose Princess Devaney. The astrologers had predicted she will produce a son, one who will become a mighty emperor of the Cholan dynasty, even more powerful than the Cheran and Pandyan. That was enough reason for him to marry Devaney. In the novel, this entire backstory is given in a one-liner. Devaney was a Velir princess, given in marriage to Sela Slight. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this short backstory. In the next episode, we will explore one of the battles fought in Vel Pari, the Tamilakam War. Until then, goodbye for now.